Hi there, welcome to Ananda Amanda. Welcome to this grounding flow. So, this flow is going to be a lot to do with sensing the ground underneath us, getting connected to our feet and our legs, and the big muscles in the body that do the work. In the southern hemisphere right now, we are heading towards late summer. And so, this is a practice that you could come back to again and again as an earth practice to really nourish the earth energy in our body. So take a moment here to find your feet flat on the ground, your knees apart. You might have a block on your belly like me, but you don't have to. You can just put it off to the side. Head and neck in line with the spine, palms up or down on the mat, whatever feels comfortable for you in this moment. Maybe eyes closed, but maybe eyes open. Just sense into what feels right to you and take a moment here to breathe and be and sense the ground underneath you. Maybe see what it would be like to invite your body to release down into the support of the ground, the support of your mat. Maybe sensing the belly rising and falling with the breath. And then tuning into where in the body you would like to invite some nourishment, some stability, a sense of maybe balance. And let it come in. Let the earth element bring it to you. And then turn your palms to face down. And maybe bring your feet a little closer to your belly. And here's where you might like to use a block. You don't have to though. You could use a blanket or a book, whatever you've got handy. We're going to place this block just between the thighs, just below your knees. So in the fleshy part of your thighs. And we are going to squeeze moderately into the block. So not overdoing it, we're just squeezing into the block. And then we're gently going to tuck the tail under and let our buttocks energetically slide towards our heels. And we're going to slide our heels back towards our buttocks. Yeah? And then we're going to lift our fingertips and let them float around our kneecaps, relaxing the back of the neck. And we're going to soften our toes, and we're just going to take a breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to exhale and float our hands down, letting go of the little squeeze between the thighs, letting go of the drawing under, of the tucking of the tail, and letting go of any tightness or tension through the feet. So we're just relaxing for a moment, and then we're going to re-engage. So we're re-engaging the hamstrings, the buttocks, the quads. We're lengthening through the lower back, creating some spaciousness there, and we're engaging our tummy. So as we squeeze in towards the block with our thighs, you might notice that your belly engages. So the muscles of your abdomen engage and they tighten a little bit. And then as you slide your tail away, so as you feel into a flatter lower back, it doesn't have to be totally flat. You might feel like your buttocks engage a little, and then feel a sliding back of your heels just towards your buttocks, and then lift your fingertips up and breathe normally and naturally here. Maybe another breath here. And then exhale and float your hands down and let go of the squeeze, let go of curling the tail under, let go of any tightness through your feet and your toes, and then let's release the block. So we're going to pop it off to the side. We won't need that again. We're going to pull the heels in a little bit closer to the body now. This time though, we're going to lower the hands down and they're going to stay there. So the head and neck is in line with the spine. So when you feel ready, spread your toes wide, feel into the four corners of your feet, spread your fingers and your palms. And now here's where we're energetically going to squeeze the thighs in toward one another. We're going to lengthen the lower back, so sliding the tail away, flattening the lower back a little, so you've got that engagement through the belly and through the buttocks and through the back. And then we're drawing the heels back towards us a little. So now the quads and the hamstrings are engaging. And from here, we're going to inhale and lift and slowly glide up into Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. And then exhale, and we're slowly going to release down. And as you release down, let go of holding or tightness completely. Let's do that 2 more times. So just before you lift, re-engage everything. So we spread our fingers, spread our toes. We draw in via the thighs. We tuck the tail under. We draw the heels back and inhale and lift. And then exhale and lower and tune into the movement of your breath. And relax completely, and we'll do that one more time. Inhale, squeeze and lift. And exhale and slowly lower. And then feel. So that's the most important part of yoga practice, is feeling. So feel what's happened in your body, feel what might have been strengthened, what might have been nourished, what might have been stabilized, and then lift one knee and the other knee and bring your knees into your chest and maybe give a little bit of a bounce and notice how your lower back feels. Maybe swing those knees a little side to side. And then place the feet flat on the floor again and open your arms out in a nice soft T. Inhale here. And then exhale, allow both of your knees to sway over toward the left. And then inhale and let your knees glide up center. And exhale, let both of your knees glide over to the right. Maybe your head is going to move as well, but it doesn't have to. Inhale, glide the knees up to center, and then exhale, swing them toward the left. Inhale, up to center and glide to the right, and then tune into your breath and do this one more time each way. And then when you've completed those, inhale your knees up to center. And then one more time, exhale your knees into your chest and pulse a little. Just give a little pulse, inhaling and exhaling. And here you might even like to come to stillness. Inhale and exhale again. And as you exhale, lift your forehead up toward your knees. Lengthening the whole of your back, relaxing your shoulders. And then slowly lower the back of the head down. When you're ready, let's roll to one side. So we're just going to roll to one side. It doesn't matter which side you roll to. And just pause there. Just pausing for a moment. And then press yourself up. We're going to make our way up to standing. So you might like to turn towards the short edge of your mat, and you might like to turn your toes under, and then step one foot and the other foot and hang in a standing forward fold. You can have your knees bent as much as you'd like to, dangling your head. And then when you feel ready to rise, again press into the periphery of your foot. And inhale and slowly roll up through your spine. And as you come up to standing, open your arms and open your chest and maybe look up, but don't drop your head back. And then exhale and round and draw in through your navel, tuck in and down through your chin. Let your arms dangle, let your knees bend, and slowly make your way down. And we'll just do this one or two more times, because here we are lubricating the spine. We're getting a little more range of movement as we inhale and open and broaden through the skin of the chest, and then exhale and we tuck in through the navel and round down, slowly, slowly, letting the fingertips touch the ground, hanging the head, and then inhale, slowly, slowly make your way back to standing. And exhale, feel the weight of your heels drop onto the ground. Feel the weight of your heels drop into the earth, and keep a little softness through the knees. That's really helpful. Feel a lengthening through your tail. So there's a slight tilt of your pelvis. Inhale and exhale and stand. So Tadasana is a wonderfully grounding posture to stand in. Opening through the chest, tucking a little through the tail, softening through the big muscles of the legs. And then from here, I'm going to turn and face you, and let's just see how this little stretch might work in your body. For some of you, you might like to sit down on a chair. It might feel a little strange at first, but I'm going to take my weight into my right leg, and then what I'm going to do is turn the left sole of the foot in. And what I'm aiming to do here is lengthening through the left side of my left leg. So I'm giving that side of my leg a really nice stretch. And you can actually do this with a strap as well, which I might do in a future video. It's really nice. And so we're just breathing here and noticing if there's some tenderness or tightness. Might be from posture, it could be from an injury, it could be just from doing things a certain way and the muscles have overworked or they've tightened at some point in your life. So the great thing about using yoga as a practice is we have an opportunity to make a really positive impact on our body. So take a moment here to breathe. Make sure you're not breathing into pain though. And then release. And just feel the rebound effect of that in your outer right ankle. And then maybe, and you might even want to, you could even use a bolster. I'm just going to grab a bolster here. You could even use a bolster here. This might be helpful. Take your right foot forward and then come onto the top of your left foot and stretch the top of your left foot. And you might even like to accentuate that, and you could inhale and lift your left arm up to the sky, maybe even looking up, and that might help to accentuate it a little more. Feel that length all the way along the front side of the left side of the body. Breathe into it, inhaling. And then slowly exhale. And again, as you release, feel the rebound. Notice what's happened Any subtle shifts or changes? Let's try that on the right side. So you could use a bolster again, or your chair, or whatever you're using. You could be seated in a chair. We're going to take our weight into the left foot, and then we're going to turn the sole of the right foot in, and now we're lengthening down the right side, more particularly towards the outer ankle and the outside of the lower leg, the right side lower leg. Inhaling and exhaling. So I know both sides of my ankles, outer ankles, are quite tight. So breathing here really is quite nourishing for my feet and my ankles and the tension that I might hold in my feet and ankles. And this can help in everyday life, not just our yoga practice. Inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, just slowly roll onto the sole of the foot. Wait for the rebound. Notice what's happened. And then let's try that other stretch, the front of the foot, the top of the foot. So we're going to step forward a little with that left foot and take the top of the right foot onto the mat. And then inhale and lift that right arm up high if you want to. And feel the length through the top of the right foot and the front of the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and then slowly exhale. And again, release. Throw your bolster away if you don't need it anymore. And stand and feel. Notice any unusual tingling, sensations through your legs, your feet. Maybe take a big breath in through both nostrils and exhale out of your mouth. And then let's take our weight over onto our right leg again. So the right foot, the toes spread, we're standing nice and strong on that right leg. And then we're going to inhale and lift up that left foot. So the left knee is about the height of the left hip. And all we're going to do here is inhale and open the left hip, and then exhale and close. Our hands are going to help us. So we're inhaling. Find a gaze point to softly focus on, exhaling, and then one more inhale. A little wobble there, and then exhale. The body always wants to keep us steady. And then lower that left foot down. And then take all of your weight over into that left foot. Find your gaze point. When you're ready, inhale and lift your right knee up and use your hands if you like. Inhale and open. And then exhale and bring the knee back to center. And then inhale. And then exhale. Feeling into your right hip. Inhale. And exhale. Lower that right foot down and then maybe give a little shake. Doesn't have to be anything too vigorous. Just give a little shake, a little bit of a bounce. Shaking the whole body, shaking the head. And then our final little flowy practice is a beautiful practice. And it is called, well, how I learnt it was called flamingo. So we're going to do a bit of a flamingo dance. And we're just going to move. Chinese character for earth has like a white base, and then it's a tall, thin line, and then there's another line about halfway up. So what we're sensing into it on this lower base is stability, the rock that is underneath the ground. And then if we go a little higher, that line that goes about halfway through, that's the soil. So the nourishment of the soil. So let's imagine that we're flamingos dancing on the earth, and we're taking in the nourishment and the stability, those qualities that the earth provides. So from here, standing Armpits a little open. And when you are ready, so let's play with some flamingo dancing. Okay? Open up through the chest, sense that broad base down below. Connect to the ground and connect to the universe as well. Inhale in through both nostrils and exhale out of your mouth. And then from here, let all of your weight sway over into your right foot, your right leg, and lift your left knee up. At the same time, lift your right arm up and bend at the elbow, pointing the left fingertips down. When you are ready, we're slowly going to exhale and transition over to the other side. We're about halfway there, and then we decide to inhale. So we're inhaling to lift, and then we're exhaling to lower down. Inhale. You can smile while you dance. And then exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower to the ground. And then find a rhythm. Once you've got the movement, find a rhythm that works really well for you right now, in this body, right at this moment. So yesterday it was a different body, tomorrow it'll be a different body. Just work with the body you've got right this moment. And then don't worry so much about the breath. Just start to enjoy yourself. You might want to make some flamingo noises. I don't know what noise they make. And a few more times each way. And sense nourishment, stability, balance. The next time you go one way, maybe hold. See what it would be like to hold steady. Hold firm in your stability and your nourishment. And then try the other way. Steady, firm, nourished, and at ease. Slowly lowering down. Inhale your arms up and around you in a big circle. Exhale the palms down, past the front of the body. Coming into your version of Tadasana or Wuji, whatever you like. Softening the knees, softening the elbows. No tension through the neck. Soften the neck. Soften the feet. Let your weight lean back just ever so gently. And find a soft gaze point. And let your eyes become so soft. Let tension drip off your body as you receive an infusion right in this moment of heavenly energies, earthly energies. I breathe in. I breathe out. And that is all. Nothing to do. Just standing here in this moment, receiving life. When you're ready, deepen your breath. Wriggle your fingers, lift your toes. Step one foot in to meet the other. So this is where our practice is going to finish, but you might like to lay down for a short amount of time in Shavasana, or maybe a longer time. You might even like to practice a Yoga Nidra. Whatever you do, wherever you are, I wish you well. And bye for now. See you next time. Namaste.